Right, this is a Maypole. Now, I made this one a little while ago. Then Roy came up with an updated version of the map. So we're going to start. I'm remaking episode 3 of the Contractor series. We're now in Maypole, and we're on the latest and what should be the final version of the map. I'll do first. We just chat about it as we go. I'll just get a contract. And I think we'll do this one. It's relatively easy to get to, he says, hopefully. It's field 26, it's up here. Looks like we come out here along the road. That's one to the farmyard. So there's two after the farmyard, after 36. And we follow that road almost to the end. We'll see what happens. Anyway, the PDA's been updated and the long hair's all been updated, so it means a restart when this comes out. Oh, if you use a Maypole. Oh, forgot to get the thing. I'll have to borrow the stuff because we're getting on with the story as we're going. Right, here we are. And it's all just clicking in. We have all the stuff here. Oh, Dolly, never mind. Well, at least we should be able to go up there with the Russell Mash and drive with the header on. Well, we have to drive with the header on because nothing else much we can do. We've got no header trailer. Right, as you know, the story was I would start up at Fellsbrook, but there were so many contractors there, the other contractors would begin to complain and saying there wasn't enough work, and me being there, I was cutting the work down, or cutting the price down. And they were threatening not to do any work or any business with Dita, and Dita, because owns the vehicle store, they were going to go into one. Whoa, this is not turning too well. No, I'm not certain. Hold on, I just realised I only just loaded the map in. Did I change everything? Off. Automatic engine start off. It looks like everything's done. Oh, better just put that onto hard. Plant growth slow. Plant moving on. Yeah. Looks like we've got everything else. Done. We'll find out as we go on. Well, Dieter had a talk round with his mates in the trade, and he found this place. There's no contractors here, and actually in the past, all the farmers, they're all small farmers, they used to help each other out. But big business is coming, and a lot of the farmers here now are no longer farmers, they're farm managers, and are owned by big companies, and they have been forbidden to help out. Which means that the half a dozen or so real farmers left are having to do everything themselves now, with a little bit of help from each other, but not as much as they used to get. And hired help has now been hoovered up by the big companies. So they were quite grateful to have a contract. They'd rather have 2 or 3. Now, a bit of competition would have drove the price down, but they can't have everything. They just got me at the moment. Others may join in later, but at the moment it's just me. I'm going to run this standard time. I was going to do it times 5, but I think we'll run this standard time. What we're trying to do 2 contracts a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. This is, say, Maypole. This is a lovely map. Small fields, but a lot of them. That should be the next turn off. And when I say a lot of fields, I mean a lot. There's about roughly 60 odd fields here, or just under 60. I've never counted them. And it's in a standard size. That's not turning at all, this thing. I think we need the stop go brake. Just try that. Still not turning though. We have to slow it down a bit now. Just try something there. That's better. That's better. Yes, so I'm here in Maypole. It's a farm area only. There's no houses, there's no traffic. Roy very rarely put traffic on maps now. It's 25, no, I want the next one up, so it must be up here. I must turn off down there. And this thing is not turning too well, but I take it very slow on the turns. There's no people either. It's just a plain map. It's a map made for small. Well, let's just come out of the cab for a minute. Now you can see how much space you got here. Not a lot. Now we've got to get around this corner here now. Right, we're in the field. Sunflower, I believe there should be. Let's unfold. Got on the right bit, unfold. Or doesn't this one fold? Possibly not. I haven't used this one much. Turn on others. No, there's none. No. Certainly don't want to swap, but we shouldn't get one sunflower anyway. But that's beside the point. Let's get back into the cab. Start it all up. And we get on and do this one. I might have to do some of this out of cab actually. The dust coming off this is quite bad. Yeah, so this is my first go on Maypole as the sole contractor, and we are going to see what we can do with it. How much money, if any, we can make. Now, I'm thinking of staying here for a while, so what I'm trying to do is get enough money. Oh, I want to get this edge here, that's it. Better. I actually want to get enough money here, so I can buy a field, so I can pitch a tent. At the moment, I'm doing as I've done before. I'm sleeping actually at the garage there. Good mate of Dieter's, and he's they like bed down in one of the outhouses here. It may not be perfect, but it will do me at the moment. I need a small field so I can pitch a tent up, so I can live a bit more independent and have somewhere to put vehicles, as when and if I can ever afford them. Now, one thing I noticed, I'll get back to this map, one thing I have noticed that the PDA now, the tracks are showing a lot better. May not be quite so much guessing which way to go. And I have had a very quick look round. Roy let me have this yesterday, which I thank him for. And he thinks, before he doesn't find any problems, more problems with it, it will be released in 1 or 2 weeks' time. So you can take this as a not just the third in this series on and the Contractor, but also the first real look at the new Maypole. And this won't be a problem. I'm not going to do a full drive round on this. I've done quite a few of those just lately. Most of Maypole as it was. I have actually had a look on easy mode. You know, I say call it easy mode. On the farm, on your first mode, when you start as a farmer, and you've got all your buildings here, it's the same as one I'd done a while ago on Maypole. That doesn't seem to have changed any. Not certain what field you're on. I think you're on 63. I'm not certain. What maybe another game I've been playing. Because I've got games, off-screen games coming at my ears. And most of them, funnily enough, seem to be Roy's. I'm just going to come out of cab so I can line this up because the dust is quite bad. Yeah, I'll do a bit of driving out of cab. Well, one thing too which is working, if you get the keyboard steer mod by Mobley, you have And I forget what. Oh, Mark DuPont pointed out there is a very basic form of GPS. Very basic. Mainly it just points. If you point it in a forward direction and press left control and W. Now, you see it will go off there, but that's set for 45 degrees. I can alter that, so once I set that to 90 degrees, let's just find out what we've got to do. Left control C. Snap angle. I think this is the one we want. You see there's a lot of stuff here. We'll try this. Let's just see what happens. I haven't actually played, but this is the first one. No, it's still snapping that way. It's snapped that way even further. What isn't that? I was hoping that was that, but it may be because these fields are not. I think it does a north-south direction. Turn that off. Turn this back to. Yeah, I'm not certain how this works. We'll leave that well alone. I know I have been using it on River Foo, well, there's bigger fields and you can actually afford to go off a bit. But it works best on north, south, east, west directions, I found. I haven't tried playing with it anymore. I definitely watch this little channel. I will have to hunt around and see if I can find out more information on it. But that actually does work on bigger fields. Saves all this having to just keep twitching things. And being keyboard, and the keyboard steer of course now has shuttling, which is one thing I cannot drive without now. I cannot get my head around having to press the brake to go forward. It just isn't natural. Yeah, so I decided to do a house here. I was originally going to see if there's a fertiliser mission, because I'm going to be doing mainly fertilising and spraying missions, I think. They're the simplest ones. Although you have to buy the fertiliser, once you've got that there, it's yours until you finish the pallet or tank of it. And you can get on this field, on this map, you get quite a few fields done on one tank full. And it's also the easiest way to start off as a proper contractor with a tractor and a spray. Now I'm afraid I'd be forced to start off with the little Fiat, which means I can only have the rear pack on because there's no front linkage on that, and there's no well, yeah, no front loader on there. Look, I already missed one stalk of sunflower. I'm going to do this so I can actually show you the alterations around the cell area. Now, the other thing too, odd thing about Maypole, I missed another one. There's only one cell. I'm going to get back in cabin, but I can't see very well. There's only one cell area on Maypole, and everything is sold there, I believe. I'm not certain about. I think milk and. Let's pick this up. I think milk and eggs are sold there. I'm not certain. I haven't actually looked. You only got 3 places to think about anyway. You've got your garage or your vehicle sell point. Next to that is the garage with the diesel and petrol or whatever else you want to use in there. And probably your fags and your sweets and you know what these places sell. They sell almost everything it seems except for petrol. and the main sell point where everything else goes, including the BGA there. Now, one thing on it, if you like logging, unless you like awesome chipping everything you cut down, this is not going to be for you. There's no log sales on it. That's deliberate. It's not a mistake, it's not something that's overlooked, that is deliberate. We have got a BGA, that's also down by the main sell point. We'll have a look at that fairly quickly, I would say. It's 77% full now. And what I intend to do is do about half our episodes on here, 30 to 40 minutes. And we will do a mission, hopefully one contract in each one, or at least part of one. I'll finish it up off screen. What are we doing now? Keep looking up for the oh, I'll have to snap that off. Hold on. I'm sorry, I cannot stand just seeing that one there. The steering's a bit strange on this Russell match. It seems very, very slow to me. I'm used to using the New Holland. What did it do? 3,000 odd. The New Holland seems a lot quicker to steer, and I'll just pick those up. There's one beauty about contract missions, of course. You cannot damage the crops. There is no crop damage is turned off. Oh, I can't see again. I think we're missing. Here we are. We're missing it completely. You can tell I'm on top form, can't you? I'm firing on all cylinders. Well, we'll be going about 17 minutes, so we'll probably make this a 40-minute episode, because I'll see if we can get a full load, or near enough a load to take to the store. Where are we doing now? 96, 97, 98. Will we make this turn? 99 now, we should better make the turn. But of course, with the fact that there's no crop damage on contracts, I can keep going until we actually fill it. I think we've also, oh, we are. Oh, how about that? I'll just back off slightly, lift that up, get this arm out, and I'm going to tab over to the tractor trailer. Oh, nice tractor anyway. Not so keen on the trailer, a dolly. One thing I will not be doing on this is some of the missions gives you a double dolly, a tandem dolly to do. I will not be messing about trying to link those up. There will be one tractor and one trailer. No road trains. Well, I don't think on this map there will be much need for it. Now, as I was saying, this is a standard size map, but only half of it is playable. The rest of it is detail. It's to give that lived-in look without you falling off the edge of the map as soon as you get to it, with nothing beyond. In this, as you're at the edge of the map, you have got lots and lots of fields still you can see and look at, and they actually do change over the seasons. That's up there to the farm. Next one is the one on the left turn. That's down to the sell point. There's only one real road. That's this road here we're on. It's the next turn we want. Yes, I'm glad it's got the nice little map sorted out now, so I can actually see the roads. It's been my big problem on this map, is trying to find my way around. Still going to be difficult to find my way around. Let's not beat about the bush. I am hopeless at map reading. It has been said, and it's sadly true, I could get lost on a straight line. Actually, it's why I don't play these wide open fields, these big American maps and Australian maps. I would just get lost in the field, let alone trying to find my way to it. I think find my way to it would be a doddle, but the field, no, I'd soon get lost. What is it? This one has got a sheet, it's on the sheet. I don't know if anybody else knows, but the mirror seems slightly better set up on 19 on most of the fields, not all of them, but it's for normal use. Look, I can actually get a food behind on both the mirrors. Now, let's see how we can do on this. How about that? Look at that. Right, we'll turn that off because we ain't going to fill that up. Yes, there's a lot of things could be improved on 19. That will be over time. I know some people say you shouldn't have to rely on mods to get what you want. But actually I think it's not a bad idea. I like having mods. I like the different ideas that people get, and if they're good, and they're incorporated in the game. For me, it's a win-win. I know that some people think it's a cop-out by giants. It possibly is, but they make a good base game, and you can then play it how you want. If you want to play it easy, you get the cheaty mods in, which I also use, like the auto bale load and trailers. Now yes, you've seen me on Blickling playing around with bales a bit more lately and making a complete pig's ear of it. What have we get now? Oh yeah, things like trailers which are about the size of a wheelbarrow holding 100,000 litres. Now those I do not use. I don't like them. And also then given the weight of a wheelbarrow. Now that's a cheat too far. Or you can play it harder. You could have things like, okay, not on 19, but say more realistic as you head on 17, 13, and I believe 11. I wasn't playing Farming Sim back in those days. I was in 13, but not in 11. I have 11 on this computer. There was a copy on Steam, so I bought it just to be as complete as I could be on this game. And other modes make harder seasons, for example. And on 15, one of my all-time favourite mods, the soil mod. And which we're getting more and more now into the base game. On 17, you had a food parts that were added, and on 19 we got a bit more added. We now got herbicides added. We could just do with different herbicides for different crops. We could also do different fertilizers, but you do that and you then make the base game so complicated that some people just won't want to play it, even if you have those things so they're switchable. But there is things which are wrong. Still really haven't got controllers sorted as well as they had on 17 on 19, for example. I'm keeping on a lot of this, but then again I'm using smaller maps, and I find on a small tight map it's almost easier to keyboard than it is to have a wheel attached. But that's just me. I find it far easier to keep at a wheel and keyboard. I'd love to see a proper GPS built into the game. I'd love to see some like courseplay built in. But again, it then makes it more what's the words I'm looking for? It makes it alters the game so much that people who just want to pick up and play for half an hour and get somewhere won't be able to. Now me, I tend to on a session to be playing 3 or 4 hours at a time. I'll do this, right, it'll be about 40 minutes. I'll edit and render the video. What it's doing I can't play because I have to use every bit of power I've got in the PC to render. Get this thing put up onto YouTube, schedule it up for when it's going to be released, and then I've got the rest of the night to play, and I'm normally playing about 4 hours on a map at the moment. That's bad here, Riverview. Damn you, Roy. Riverview is now what Aldridge was for me on 15 and Blickling on 17. I like Newbie, I still like Newbie, which what Riverview was, but Riverview's added quite a bit for me. I like the way you haven't got everything. Same as on Blickling, you haven't got a BGA. Don't need one. Not many places, certainly in Britain, have got BGAs. And a lot of farmers won't be able to use them. And that makes you think too, and also I like Riverview because it's so tight to make money on. It adds a bit of realism. I can tell you now that if you've got 100 and when I was working in the molten trade, and that's 6 years ago, 7 years ago now I suppose, when intervention prices went off, if you made the farmer made about £120 a tonne, £130 a tonne, he'd be doing well. We'd be paying more of the moltens because we'd be paying the merchant, and the merchant has to take his cut out and the transport costs out. But I would say that as a farmer, you can make £120 to £130 to £140 a tonne on good quality molten barley, you're doing well. Not as I see sometimes, and in the base game too, £1,000 a tonne. No way. Not even 500. Riverview has it right. As there's no maltings in the game, most of that will be feed, and feed will be about another £40 to £60 a tonne less than molten price. It gives you some idea of what you can expect. Not a lot of cash. I'm talking Britain here, so the rest of the world may be different. I'm talking about east of England, where the part of Britain I know, and was in the trade for 35 years. Plus a bit more, I think it's a bit over 35. You know, I never even got a watch or acknowledgement when I'd done all that time. Used to when it was family owned, but once that became business owned, hated it. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll get another full load on here, put that onto the trailer, we'll take that and sell that off, and you can see the sell point, and that'd be just about an episode. And no, I'm not lifting the header up every time, no I should, but I'm almost done it. One of the reasons I don't want to do too many harvest ones on screen, because you can't, even on the field this size, you can't really get one done in an episode. I will be trying some of the hard stuff like sugar beet, potatoes, cotton, to try and show how much fun it is getting that equipment around the field. I don't think I've done cotton. No, I have done cotton on here, on one of the earlier versions of Maypole. I've done a few on Riverview, and they are murder. And Riverview is a bigger map with more room to manoeuvre. Shall we say on this map, if you like to use big buds, this map is not for you. But if you like to use the smaller stuff, the little vent favourite, the Fiat, the little T5 here, you know, on T5, that type of equipment, up to about, what's the biggest you really take around here on tractors, there's something like the JCB 4220, you wouldn't really want anything much bigger than that around here. Equipment you wouldn't want, cultivators or seeders much more than 4 metre. And I think 4 metres you're pushing it a little bit. And we're just about there, we are there. That's twice I managed to time it just about right. Let's just come over onto the tractor trailer. Yeah, we have about half a load to take over there. I can just show you where we sell, and one of the boots on this map, you show some where to sell one thing, that's where you sell just about everything. Funny, I haven't done much to our animals on 19. Can't figure out why really, I normally go with animals. Oh, we should be almost there now. We've done 32 minutes. Yeah, that'd be about right. We'll take it down to the store. As I said, I'm not showing the starting area off because it's the same as it was earlier, so it's no difference there, right? We just should have the sheep back on. Yep. Find my way out. Oh yeah, one other thing I noticed on here, and one or two people have mentioned it, I'll mention it before, is because you know, have got a bit of more realistic on here. I am using the adjust weight mod, the one was on Mod Hub now, which near enough doubles the weight of the stuff you got on it to get it to what it should be rather than what Giant said it has. But that and a little bit of more realistic on the fact that it really does struggle to get up hills, which it would do in real life. Tractors do not buzz around at 50 mile an hour. I know you see JCB fast tracks doing that, but not when they're fully loaded, you don't. In fact, you probably wouldn't be doing more than about 10 mile an hour down here in real life. Now you have to think about all these junctions that you've got to come out wide. And with a dolly on it should, in theory, do better. Take it almost in there. Now bring it onto the correct side of the road. It gets a few more people complain I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. I'm counting this as a British map or an Irish map, so I'm driving on the proper side of the road. Looking at some of the signs, I would suggest Ireland for this map. I did see one, I don't know if that's still on there, which had yield on there. Yield is typically Irish for junctions. In mainland Britain it's normally stop or a slow down or take care. It's not normally yield. Right, now we come to the sell point here. And I'm going to swing right out of the wrong side of the road. Now, before, when you came here, you come around here, and part of this door just here would be sticking out in the just in the way of the pit. And this is wood chips, I think, are in here. But everything else gets dumped into here. What's that doing? That would go. Your BGA, you pick up your digitate over here, and we've got 81% of that field done. So you've got your counter on here, full BGA. Wool and cotton sale here. Get what I think this might well be bile and egg and milk here, and animals. I think they're around here. Let's just check. Yeah, animals around here. So you've got everything is sold here. And this is the only sell point. Only one you need. I'll just check over a couple of things. Make sure I said that right. I haven't checked all this. If I got it wrong, real soon let me know. As you see, it's only the barn. Just highlight that, tag it. That's the barn there. So the barn will be on tag. Eggs are sold at the grind mill. Milk is also sold at the grind mill. The barn is solid. Well, solid is actually over at the BGA. So it's slightly to one side. I would suggest. I can never remember which is which. Is straw, hay, and grass, I think, all sold here. No sales for muck or slurry. Sawmill is only sales for. Just tag that. That's also over. I thought that might have been the sale point, but it looks like everything's then sold there, unless of course that's tagging wrong. Spinnery should be just around the corner. It is. Spinnery, of course, should be cotton and wool as wool. Cotton, and the only other one to look at is the grind mill. Tag that, and that's here, and that's just about everything else. Makes it simple when you're doing a job on here, because you only got one place to worry about finding. But if you are the other end of the map, let's have a look. If you're say up here, it's a fair way to go along bad roads. We look here, we just come in, you'd have to come out here, down, past where the farmyard is, which is here, down here, then we get tarmac road. You're on dirt road all the way through there. Tarmac road down here. That's going to take you a few minutes. The only other sale places, or buy places here where the fuel station is, and the shop here. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. And I'm going to go, as I'm doing this, I'm going to go back to the field, if I can find it. If you're not a subscriber, how about subscribing? And I will say again, on this map, I highly recommend it. If you like small maps, now I'm not going to say that if you're someone who likes to do the really big American maps, this is definitely not for you. But if you're someone who likes small maps, small equipment, old equipment work well on here. There is some of it getting about now. The old Russian stuff, you know, there's guys there who make a lot of very good mods, most of which work. There's one or two that haven't. But this would be the farm for you. You don't have to contract, you can just do proper farming. Where are we? Next one. Right, yes, so if you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. Always happy to be aboard. Any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, And if there's a map you particularly want to see, I'm turning a bit late there, almost clattered into the hedge again. Let me know and I'll see if I can include it in the series at some point. But I'm going to try and stay a little while on each map at the moment. I know it didn't on Fellsbrook, but because everybody done Fellsbrook, and all I was doing is the same as everybody else, so I decided, especially when Roy started to churn out his maps, let's highlight one of our own, one of the, I'm going to say lesser known map makers. He's not a Bullet Bill or Austin David, but he's a very good map maker indeed, and he listens. If you have a problem with his maps, he will listen. Right, what I'm going to do is start this up, put that in. Well, with that, it's me saying cheerio, you know? Cheerio.